Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Ethereal Girls podcast. We are switching things up. This is Rachel speaking first today.
And this is Savannah, and I have a dad joke that I want to share specifically for Rachel.
Okay, here we go. Let's go.
I would consider this a happy for Rachel because I'm sharing a dad joke.
You know I love
I'm
happy.
gifting you a dad joke. Okay. What did the horse say after it tripped?
What?
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
Okay, you know what makes that so much worse is when you said help, I was like, oh, fuck, this is a bad one. Giddy up.
It's all about your tone of voice that makes a joke funny.
Well, okay.
Because if I would have said, ready, let's just do this.
Okay.
What did the horse say after it tripped? Help, I've fallen and I can't giddy up.
I feel, oh my God, is that why my jokes don't land?
Yeah. You got to put some oomph into it.
I think I just
Animate your words.
You know, I think I watch so much anime that when it comes to it,
It's dry.
it's just dry.
Yeah, I'm not a dry humor person.
Truthfully, no, I think my humor is very dry, but not as dry as like The Office,
Yeah, I'm not with The Office.
but like Parks and Rec, that shit gets me.
Parks and Rec. I haven't watched
Not
Parks
the first.
and Rec either.
Do not watch the first season.
Yeah.
But it sucks because Cole and I were talking about this
I'm
yesterday.
a new girl girly.
Oh yeah.
I love new girl.
Okay, if you could be a new girl character, which one?
Jess.
No. Which one's your personality? You think your personality is Jess?
No.
Yeah, like who is your personality? I know mine.
Do you want to know what I wish my personality was? I'm going to say who I wish I would say I'm
Okay.
Schmidt.
Damn it, me too.
I would say I'm Schmidt, but I would like to be Nick and just not care about anything.
No, dude, Cole is Nick. Cole is,
I'm Schmidt.
dude, Cole is full
Astrant.
Nick. And I was
He's also in
joking.
marketing, so I mean,
Oh,
don't
yeah,
move my
that
wall.
works. I was just gonna move it for you. I thought it was open, and I kind of like my heart dropped.
Mm.
But I used to be like, oh my God, I'm such a Jess. No,
she's way too nice.
no, I'm too nice to be a Jess.
No, I'm saying Jess is way too nice. I could
So you
see
don't think I'm too nice?
No. I'm saying that you could be a Jess for how do you?
Yeah,
how
but
are
no,
you a
I'm-
Schmidt?
I'm 100% a Schmidt.
How?
Type A, mother effer. Any freak out that I have, Schmidt level freak out.
Eating mayo out of the jar.
Yeah, dude, that would do. Mine's peanut butter though. Dude, you don't do that?
Episode is hilarious because I wonder if he actually really had to eat the mayo because you know how he's like eating, he's like gagging.
Yeah,
and
I
it's
think
not.
it
I don't
probably
think
was.
it's fake.
No, I don't think it is. I watched so many interviews of New Girl and like they are their characters in real life.
No, yeah, that's not acting. They're just
No,
literally
like
feeding off,
Nick-
like how me and you feed off of each other.
Yeah.
They're literally just feed off of each. But I will say, I feel like the whole series could have gone without Winston. I think Coach is funnier than Winston.
Do you know? I tell people this all the time because I found it out and I find it
I just think
amazing.
I feel like Winston was like trying too hard.
No, it's because in the beginning the series was made for
Coach,
and then Coach had another thing. He didn't think it would be a schedule conflict.
Oh.
So then when they brought Winston in, they thought, hey, we're not going to tell anybody.
No, they didn't.
And they made him play basketball and all this stuff the same
In
way.
Latvia.
Yeah. But they had it.
There are some parts that he's
So
funny, I
if
guess.
you
I don't
look
know.
in the first, rewatch it. I know you've seen it, but I know you've rewatched it multiple times.
The first episode is Coach. The second episode's Winston.
Yes, but rewatch the first season. The personality of who Winston is Coach. They wrote the whole first season. So that's why so many people are like really weird with Winston.
Because he wasn't being himself, really.
He wasn't being, quote, Winston until later on in the series when they started writing him in as Winston. And that's when he started to get funny.
Now I feel bad.
It's okay. But now you understand.
Now I know.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Now
it
they
makes
know
things
too.
good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff, like shows like that. I know this is so weird, but like I like to watch the like background stuff.
No, it's cute.
Like if somebody, like I like to research the writers
Oh,
for shows.
nice.
I just think it's interesting to like,
It is interesting.
like where'd you get your inspiration? Real life? Like, could you imagine? Could you ever live with like in an apartment full of guys?
Yes. This sounds bad coming out, but I like having my girlfriends for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I was actually talking to one of my guy friends the other night, and I was like, I find that I gravitate more towards guys because I think it's because I'm so close with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like I can kind of like connect more with men than girls.
I agree.
Usually, like, I have a ton of girlfriends, but that's just me. So yeah, I could totally live in an apartment with guys. Now I say that, and then if I were to go and live with an apartment full of guys, the disgusting.
Yeah, they would.
Oh, it'd be so gross.
I would have to live with a bunch of Schmitz.
I think I would need like
not a douchebag.
No. He's just like so OCD.
Yeah, you're right.
To where it's
I
like
would
stressful.
Hate that. I would mess.
But I mean,
with
if he's
him.
gonna clean everything because he's OCD, then absolutely.
I don't know, but I have always had an issue growing up. Like when I was younger, I was one of those people where I had more guy friends than girlfriends.
Me.
Just because girls have so much
Drama.
drama, so much drama, to the point where I'm just like, I'm sorry, I don't care.
That facts.
I don't care. And
Facts.
guys will literally like say their shit and then peace and blessings. Like they're just like, I'm done. Like it's
well,
cool.
and
We're cool.
I love the aspect that guys can get in an argument, literally punch each other in the face, and then be fine. I want to punch someone in the like that. Honestly, honest to God, whoever I was mad at, if I just punched in the face and we just called it even, I think cool.
See, but
I got what I needed. But you got to think about it. Is it a little reckless? Yeah, you're physically harming someone else, but at the same time, all your anger that you feel towards them, you got out. Now you can move on, both of you.
But like, I'm a pussy. Like my feelings stay hurt for a very long time.
Yeah. That's why I have a hard time being friends with girls, because I also talk a lot of shit. And I feel like a lot of my friends, not you, but like will get sensitive.
Oh no, I get sensitive.
I know, but
I have to tell you and be like,
so,
Savannah, that hurt my feelings.
Hold
and
up.
you have to be like, Rachel, I was kidding. And I'd be like, okay, can you kid it in a different tone?
No, she has told me that before. She has told me that.
I can't handle that.
There's a TikTok that I sent Rachel the other night, and it was like, what is it?
The bitch made boy, that one?
You bitch made boy. Let me pull it up. Hold on, because I got to find it. And so anyway, I was talking to one of my guy friends the other night about it, and I was like, that's literally how I talk to my guy friends, because I can be like, yeah, you little bitch. You little bitch. You little freaking bitch made boy.
But then this is the issue.
But if I said that to Rachel, I'd be like, you little bitch made. You little bitch.
Okay, but I know you're joking. The moment I say something that I think I'm joking, you're like, wow, Rachel, that was actually really mean. And I'm like, oh, motherfucker. And then I never know if you're kidding. Because I'm like, oh, shit. So I have this issue where there's a line, okay?
All right, here it is. Hold on.
And I cross it all the time. So I never know, like, okay, for instance, great example. Oh, wait.
Here it is. I want to hear you. Hold on. Okay. It goes, you shut the fuck up when I'm talking to you, boy. You bitch made boy.
Yeah. Me. But, like, okay, I can clearly remember this one time. Savannah and I were really drunk. Okay, so let's put that into perspective.
Okay. Oh, God. Is this the Disney story? Oh, shit.
And I made a joke to Savannah. I don't remember what it was.
Okay, hold on. Let's preface this conversation real quick.
We drank around the world.
My boyfriend at the time was being an absolute asshole.
Okay, I'm not saying exactly what happened.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Just prefacing my emotions at the time. I was hypersensitive at the moment, dealing with a lot. So continue.
Okay, so again, line. I kind of forgot that. So Savannah puts up
you
this
can say
it. I don't remember what I said.
You said it the other day. You can say it.
I'm going to say what I remember.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, Savannah puts up this front and she's like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm cool. So then I'm like, yeah, this bitch is fine. She's cool. So then I'm like, I can mess with her. And then I like bring stuff up way too soon. And
literally happened the night before.
It happened the night before, and I made a freaking joke to her, and I thought it was so funny, and she literally sat there, started crying, and was like, that's not cool, man. Like, you can't do that. And I was like, what the fuck?
Rachel's crawling on the hotel floor trying to beg me for forgiveness.
Savannah literally would not talk to me. I straight up crawled after her, drunk as a skunk, in a Disney resort, crawling, begging for forgiveness. And then after, I was like, oh my God. Why was I, like, the next morning, I was like, why the fuck was I crawling? I literally can clearly remember crawling, begging on my knees. And Savannah's like, that's not enough. That's not enough. And then, like, literally to the point of, like, neither of us remembered what I said. And then I do remember it was mean.
You were like, at least my boyfriend doesn't blah, blah, blah. I don't know what it was.
I don't know, but it was mean.
It was mean. But it was
okay,
mean. To be honest, it was funny. And it was like, I set myself up for you to say it.
You did. You definitely did. And it was one of those.
It was like, at least I don't reach for attention.
No. I remember what it was. Oh
what
my God.
It?
I remember
what is it.
I said, at least I'm not trying to overcompensate for what's going on with me and my boyfriend right now. And you just looked at me and you were like, bro, that's not cool at all. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I thought we were joking about that. And she was just like, I just don't want to talk to you right now. And I was just like, whoa. Because we were like joking back and forth. And then like, again, line, crossed it. And I was just like, oh shit. So I don't know when to bite my tongue.
It's fine. And we were drunk. But the thing is too, it's
no,
like.
I do it when I'm sober.
I know, but you were right about saying like.
I just don't have a filter and I'm so sorry.
It's fine. But it's funny. That was funny. And it was set up. It really was the perfect.
It was a really good setup.
But I really do put a front on because also I was in Disney World and I was trying not to let someone ruin my time in Disney World with my best friend and my family. Like, so yeah, I did put a front on and maybe I was overcompensating because I didn't want to be sad.
Well, I think we've grown a lot from this to the point where like, I ask you now, I'm like, hey, can I make a joke that you just set up really good for?
No, you can just say it now.
And then
I'm good.
Well, no.
I'm not a bitch made boy anymore.
I am. Oh my God, did you just burp?
I did.
I wonder if we picked it up on the
Maybe
on the mic.
I moved away just so we didn't hear it, but
thank you.
Happens.
Followers.
Another thing that Rachel keeps telling me is that I have masculine energy.
Okay, so this is yet another joke that like I thought was a joke, and there was a line, and I kept crossing it.
Unknowingly.
Until
I said something.
Until Savannah like looked at me and she's like, you know what?
No. I said it in a nice way.
You did,
I came in and I said, hey, Rach. I was like, look, I know that you're coming from a good place.
You did. You said it in a really nice place.
But I really don't like when you refer to me as having masculine energy because it makes me feel like a man. And at the time, I didn't really know like the full definition of masculine energy.
Wait, so
but masculine is manly in my head. And I already have like these views of being like manly, you know?
So the reason is because I listened to podcasts, one of my favorite ones, What We Said, and they had a guest on and they were talking about it.
They were talking about like masculine versus feminine.
Masculine versus feminine. So I was like, oh, Savannah, you need to listen to this podcast. And I just was railing her every few minutes. I was like, why haven't you listened to the podcast? Why haven't you listened to the podcast? And then
I drove to Gulfport for content and I listened to the podcast while I was on the way up there.
Yeah.
And I called Rachel and I was like, oh my God. Okay. I understand masculine energy. I understand it. I get that it's not, and I knew it wasn't coming from a bad place, but I still don't like the term.
Well, so after Savannah and I
and I have my own opinion.
I felt really bad because she did have another friend over. So like, I didn't want to have the conversation there because I don't know. So I called her after and I was like, hey, I'm calling because I really just need to apologize. I can't stop thinking about it. That like, I just feel so bad that I've been calling you masculine.
So this is my thing.
And yeah, so we call it big dick energy now.
Yeah, big dick energy.
Big dick energy versus pussy energy.
I'd rather be told that I have big dick energy than masculine energy. But the problem is okay, my upper body has always been like built, okay? Big shoulders, big back. I don't like that about me. I was at a point in life when I embraced it when I was bodybuilding and like working out all the time and I was like, fucking right. Yeah, I'm swole. I'm swole. And so now I'm like, I don't want to be swole, you know, like I'm just not in that phase of life anymore. And then I like complain about, oh my God, my back's so big. Every time I walk in the freaking gym, I do 3 sets of 10 pull-ups. But I like being able to do pull-ups.
Okay, but
it makes me feel cool.
Do you ever, well, that's what I was going to say. Do you ever feel like you do pull-ups because you're just like, bitch made boy?
Bitch made boy, yeah.
Yeah.
Watch me.
Like,
yeah.
I got big dick energy. Look at all you pussies. You can't even do, you're a man. You can't even do a pull-up.
That, facts.
Yeah. That's what I mean by you having big dick energy.
Yeah.
Is because, do you want to see me try to do pull-ups? Nope. I can't even pull my own weight.
Yeah. I just like it. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel accomplished.
So that's what I meant by like, yeah, I guess I still want to hear your thoughts on it because I actually re-listened to the podcast because I need to refresh my memory because it was no joke a month of me telling Savannah to listen to the podcast.
So I wrote some stuff down on my phone just to where, because like my thought process went through and I wrote this down just to where I could bounce off of this too. So I would definitely agree with Rachel in the fact that I have so-called quotes, air quotes, masculine energy.
We'll say big dick.
No, it's cool. We're going to talk about masculine energy though.
Okay.
And then it's cool.
Do we want to say the like definition of masculine versus feminine?
Yeah, pull it up because that's what we said. That's what they did in What We Said podcast. So it was kind of like helpful to understand, you know, the adjectives that go with it and what describes that. Because if you don't know, but supposedly it's like all over TikTok, masculine, feminine energy, blah, blah, blah. But I get on TikTok, but I'm not like.
That's obsessive. Not my For You page. My For You page. Oh, dude. Mine is all these sad videos of, energy. Okay. It's all these sad videos of the like daddy's home, the monster's gone and he's all alone, and it's just dads being so sweet to babies and kids.
We know what phase of life Rachel's in.
Yeah, I know, dude. I cry every time.
The babies.
Oh, the babies.
It's the babies.
You know, we're talking about masculine and feminine energy. I want energy to get me fucking pregnant. Let's give it all. Give all of your energy.
Yeah, you can take all of it because you can have it all.
Okay. I'll take it.
Okay.
Masculine energy is characterized by doing and achieving and is modeled by logic and reason. Feminine is more intuitive, oriented towards receiving and allowing, and characterized by being. So masculine is characterized by doing. Feminine is characterized by being. When these energies are balanced, we experience greater fulfillment and harmony. So it's not generated towards male versus female. It is generated towards a good way they described it, and what we said was masculine energy will go and get something.
It's a doer.
Feminine energy waits for it to come to you.
Lets it come to you, yeah. So let's just go from there. I still don't like the term masculine. Just like how you explained it, it's not male versus female, like masculine versus feminine. Yeah. But masculine is automatically triggered in your brain to be directed towards a male. No?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Feminine is a female.
Well, when I explained that definition, the first thing I thought of was, yeah, that makes sense. That's what boys do and that's what girls do.
Right. So I've mentioned this before. My dad calls me his firstborn son. But I also grew up, I was senior in high school when my dad decided to open up a business. So I was old enough to comprehend what it takes in order to quit your corporate job, have 3 kids, and start a whole business by yourself at the age of 40. So I watched him make a step and go do. You know what I'm saying? My dad, whatever he wants, he will get.
Yeah.
Because of his work ethic. And that's what I grew up seeing. That is my role model. So that is now who I am.
I also feel like your dad was very involved with your life growing up.
My mom and dad both, but yes.
But your dad was your role model.
100%. Like still is.
So even with that, like your role model was a man, whereas like my role model was my mom.
Right.
Which is why I definitely developed way more feminine energy than masculine.
Right. Yeah. But and then like my dad, he just instilled the mindset that I have in my head because like I said, I was old enough to understand why he started the business, and we had talked about it, and he was like, I just wish I would have started sooner. But at the same time, if he would have, I don't think I'd be where I'm at. No. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to secondhand witness him build his brand and build his name, and
succeed.
Awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So
and he named his brand after you.
I'm his favorite. It's fine.
Which
I'm just kidding.
He does have a restaurant, Jack's.
I know. I'm kidding. Jack's was open first anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But I was like, what the hell, man? He's like, it's okay. I got plans for you. Don't worry. I was like, okay, sure. He's a person that keeps his promises too. Yeah. That's why my expectations are extremely high. But anyway, so I will admit that I have 100% masculine energy, 100%. And with that, they had mentioned on the What We Said podcast, I think her name was Janae or Jessica or something like that. The guest that they had on, she was talking about how she has a ton of masculine energy, and she's a doer and she's a business owner. So her and I definitely related.
No, I think you would click with her.
Dude,
so well.
I feel like her and I would be besties.
She's a photographer.
Yeah,
I've been following her on social media for so long. She's badass. Oh, she's so good.
So she was talking about how like in her dating life, she would always be like, hey, do you want to go to dinner? Hey, do you want to come over? Hey, let's go here. She was always the one planning. She was always the one doing. Oh, no, I'll pay for the bill. Oh, no, I'll do this. And that's literally me.
I told you.
And I'm like, dude, okay, but listen.
Yeah.
I also, before I even listened to this podcast, before I even knew about this masculine energy, feminine energy thing going around right now, I had like processed in my head. I'm like, first off, I need to stop like being the one to do all the time. I need to let them come to me. If they want me, if they want to hang out with me, if they want to talk to me, they fucking will.
Yeah.
You know, but I am very impatient in that aspect. Like, why are you dragging your feet? Do you like me or do you not? And that's how I kind of process things. So now I'm like, you know what? If he likes me, he'll make it a point.
Yeah.
He'll make me know. You know what I'm saying? And if he doesn't, I'll also know. And after that, I have other things. I don't need my energy to be directed towards if I'm worried about if this guy likes me. My energy needs to be placed in an efficient setting, and that's my business and myself.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, even just, so in therapy, something that I had to start doing was dating yourself.
Yes, she talked about that too.
Straight up.
I've been doing that. I get up in the morning.
Yeah.
Wait, she also talked about, I related so much to this podcast, but she was talking about like getting dressed in the morning and putting on music and dancing and just like loving yourself, lighting candles, having a romantic dinner by yourself. Like I said, before I even listened to this podcast, I had already started doing all of this.
It at like 6 a.m.
Well, and she was talking about like getting up in the morning because she like went through a gym rut just like I did, you know? And she was like getting up in the morning and doing your makeup and making yourself feel good. It's not for anybody else. It's for you. Has changed the way you think about yourself throughout the whole day.
So, you know, something else that I've listened to, it was on a different podcast, but they're saying put shoes on in the morning. So the moment your mind has shoes on, your brain associates it with, oh, I'm doing something.
Right.
So whether it be like shoes as in like slides, like slippers, whatever, like get dressed, put shoes on, do something for yourself, start your day off right. Another thing that I needed to do, or that I started doing, looking in the mirror and just saying like positive things about yourself. Yeah. Like, you know what? I love my hair color. Yep. Or like, I have really long eyelashes. You're going to slowly, by saying like minuscule things, you will start loving yourself so much more.
That's because you're shoving that into the subconscious.
Yeah.
You know? Fake it till you make it.
I'll even put on like a cute outfit or like, honestly, stand in the mirror naked.
Yeah.
And just be like, you know what? Yes, I think if I bend over this certain way, like I have pudge, but
this is what I look like.
Yeah.
This
and
is
being
me.
okay with that.
This is me. Yeah, so for sure.
The other thing too that like going along with that, like almost like a self-love thing.
Yeah.
Is like I was saying, taking myself on dates. I used to sit around and wait to go to a yoga class, to Pilates. I used to wait for like somebody else to go with me or like Cole to go with me, whatever. I go by myself now.
Do you think that has to do with being a masculine energy? You're building your masculine side a little bit?
So that's what I was going to say earlier. And that's why I've been wanting to listen to the podcast. I actually, and I feel like this is why you and I are such good friends. I puke feminine energy.
Yeah, I puke masculine.
I puke it. So when you and I always talk about yin and yang, I feel like it's because we are the opposite energies.
Right.
And so I feel like I need to channel more of my masculine energy. So another thing I've been doing, my God, it's been amazing. So I don't know if you've seen on TikToks, girls like who are single are like, if you want to find like a good guy, go to Home Depot. Go to the aisle of Home Depot and just wait for somebody to come up to you. Okay, let me just tell you, we're renovating a house. I go to Home Depot. I hate it. The amount of times men look at me, it pisses me off. So you know what? I cried the first time I went. So now what I do is I go to Home Depot. I find the shit. I do everything. I do not ask for help. I don't even care if you have to look on that damn app and figure out where it is. I will say it is the most empowering thing
to not give a fuck.
To not have to ask for help.
Yeah.
To just sit there and be like, yes, I know. These girls were like asking these men stuff. And I was like, yeah. And I looked at them. I said, hey, it's actually on this aisle in this section right over there. You got to look up 3 rows. And they're like, oh my God, you actually know your stuff? And I was like, Yes, bitch. Just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I don't know my shit.
My name's
Now-
Rocky.
Now, like, you know, maybe a few months ago, I was always needing to ask for help.
Yeah.
Now I'm definitely trying to embody that, like, dates. I used to be like, Cole, why don't you plan dates? Now I'm like, hey, we're doing this at this time. Be there.
So
if
I
not,
feel
Savannah's
that
coming.
Yeah, if not, I'm calling my plan B. But this is my thing though. It's like it's totally fine for girls to like plan dates, especially like once you're past like does he like me kind of stage, you know? So, I mean, okay, we were talking about this. So I am single since we're here, but I'm not right now. I'm not looking for anything. I'm focused on me, I guess, tuning in more to my feminine side as well, which I already started doing before, like I said, before any of this started happening. And then like last night, but when you said put your shoes on, right?
Yeah.
So Rachel and I went to a crawfish boil for one of my clients. And when I got home, I made some coffee, sat at the table, sat at my bar stool and started working, but I left my shoes on. And it's funny that you said that.
Yeah,
because
it tricks your brain.
I legit had my shoes on and it was like 3:30. I was going through like that afternoon, like sleepiness, you know? So I made a cup of coffee and dude, I was in the rabbit hole for till 10 o'clock, like getting stuff done on a Friday night, skip the parade, you know, but it's like getting shit done. It really does trick your brain.
So it's all about tricking. I'm on my phone so I can show you this. So that's what I mean. Even with telling yourself, like if you tell yourself even like once a day, like, oh God, like I hate the way your nose is, like your jawline's horrible. Telling yourself that, you are going to subconsciously start believing it.
And then be super self-conscious when you're around other people.
Yes. It's
because you're like, oh my God, are they looking at my nose?
Truly.
Oh my God, are they looking at my nose?
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
You can literally be like, I look so ugly. But you know what? If you tell yourself you're pretty enough, you're going to start believe it. One of my background on my phone says, be nice to yourself. It's hard to be happy when somebody's mean to you all the time. You need to not be your worst bully.
Yeah.
Because truthfully,
imagine if
nobody else cares.
But what if somebody came up to you and said everything that's going on in your brain?
Yeah. But that's what everybody thinks.
You know?
You need to be nicer to yourself. So that's where I like take yourself on dates.
Okay.
Do your hair. Get dressed.
Example.
Get shit done.
One of my eyes in my eyeballs is like up a little bit more where you can see a little bit more white on one side than the other.
Have I ever noticed that?
Will anyone ever notice it? No.
But this is the other thing.
Like,
okay. If I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, say Savannah and I do a photo shoot. I have a backless dress. This is actually one of the things we did.
Yeah.
There's a picture and I'm like, oh God, you can see my fat in that dress. Like I'm just moved over.
Me too.
Will other people probably say that? Maybe. Should I care? Absolutely fucking not.
Do you know why? Because every girl, if they freaking slouch back, guess what?
Every person
has a role.
Yeah, every person.
Like,
but why am I being so mean to myself?
Because it's not what you see on social media.
Completely unnecessary.
It's not what you see on social media.
It's so unnecessary.
All the models, you know what I'm saying? They don't have back rolls, even if they bend over backwards.
Well, I will say, I think no matter what, everybody has insecurities. And if you don't have insecurities, you're sorry, girly. There's something wrong with you.
There's some self-absorption in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not saying like I'm trying to get to the point where I don't have insecurities. I'm trying to get to the point where I love myself in spite of those insecurities.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, I may not like my jawline, but hey, like this is how I was made. And one day my kids are going to have the same jawline as me. Am I going to tell them they're ugly? No.
Right.
Like, you know that trend on TikTok? These people would put like baby pictures of themselves. And every time they would talk bad to themselves, they would say, you're saying that to her. You would never tell a child.
Yeah.
Like, okay, for you, you would never tell a child, you are way too masculine. Why are you wearing a dress? You are way too masculine.
Yeah.
So why are you saying that to yourself? Because you are that same little girl.
Yeah.
Are you getting emotional?
No, that's just true.
Oh.
It's just true.
I thought you were about to cry. I was like, damn,
no,
that's something intense.
My eyes are not watering.
Oh. Okay. Well, maybe one episode I'll get Savannah to get me cry.
Okay. You have to be
Wait,
really
which
nice.
I actually think is really funny. Emotions, I feel like you're more in touch with your emotions feminine wise than me. I am definitely a man when it comes to... All right, so no, I'm saying that wrong. I don't want to be a man. I am definitely masculine when it comes to my emotions.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you feel how you feel and you're just like, I don't care. Whereas me, I'm like, I can only show my emotions when I'm by myself.
Yeah.
And I still have trouble figuring those out.
I can turn it off. But when I do like try to suppress it or turn it off, my anxiety spikes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's because I'm holding it in.
Yeah.
You know? But back to like the masculine energy, they also talked about your like masculine energy or feminine energy being wounded.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing that I had like kind of wrote down too. So in a previous relationship, I would say that my feminine energy was wounded.
Okay.
And his masculine energy was wounded.
Can you rephrase that in a different way?
So I'll explain.
Yeah.
Feminine energy being wounded means that you're overly sensitive, anxiety, like just like really touchy, like walking on eggshells almost.
Okay.
Wounded masculine energy is abusive or angry, dominant, like trying, like both of us trying to overcompensate.
Okay, so you're saying if somebody's masculine energy is wounded, they're going to
be more aggressive.
Okay. And so somebody's feminine energy is wounded, they're going to be more sensitive.
Oversensitive. Overly sensitive. So I will say that my feminine energy was wounded and his masculine energy was wounded, which tells me that my masculine energy was high and his feminine energy was high.
Oh, yes.
But he didn't like that.
Yeah.
So it wounded him.
I wonder if that's what causes gaslighting sometimes.
Which caused him to be overly aggressive, then caused me to be overly sensitive.
Mm-hmm. Which that's what tells me, you know, when you see relationships and people say like,
but I think
right person wrong, or like, when they say
we're just
like,
not on the same page.
Yeah, not on the same page. Stuff like that. And they're like, why is he so much nicer to her? Why wasn't she nice to me? It's because your energies didn't match.
Energies did not.
It's not that
match.
they were a bad person. It's that y'all just don't fit well together. And that's with like multiple things. Like I feel like, okay, you and I relationship. Mm-hmm. We're yin and yang. Mm-hmm. Cole and I, yin and yang. I'm not saying that people can't find their twin flame and it work.
I think part of the issue was that he had feminine energy but wanted masculine, and I had masculine energy naturally, and so it was a constant competition between the two. But when you don't have masculine energy naturally and you have to work on building that natural masculine energy or build that masculine energy, it's I'm trying to word it the right way. Hold on. It's like infuriating.
Yeah. Well, that's when, like, I feel like truthfully, this could be so wrong. I feel like a good relationship is when I'm not saying the female needs to be more feminine and the guy needs to be more masculine. Like, I'm not saying any of that. I think
that's why this energy talk, like masculine, feminine energies, it was misconstrued in my head because of that. Like,
yeah, like if you told the guy you have a lot of feminine energy, they would,
dude, who wants to be told that?
But I feel like a good relationship is when you level your opposite out. So that, yes, one person may have more masculine, one person may have more feminine, but you give what you have to the other and you teach them, or like vice versa. It balances. And that's why, like, same with me and you.
Yeah.
Like, if we were both masculine, we'd probably be
buttheads,
majors, bullies to each other.
So this is the thing. I was thinking about friendships that I've had in the past, right? And I've had friends that have masculine energy. I've had friends that are like me. And honestly, a lot of the times, one friend that I met in college, off the top of my head, we butted heads the first time we met and then became best friends. Yeah. Because we're both masculine energy, both like the attention seekers. At the time I was 18, you know what I'm saying? Freshly in college, I'm an attention seeker. You're either an attention seeker or you're very, very introverted at that age. I feel like, you know, it's a big adjustment. So it's just how you handle it. But we were both like trying to get the attention, and then we just like butted heads, and then we became best friends. So I do have friends that are masculine energy and like kind of match me. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely
think I feel like my friends, I have friends that are both, but I tend to venture towards friends with masculine energy because I feel like it gives me what I don't have because my feminine energy is so strong that like I need somebody who says, hey, you want to go on a trip? Let's do it.
Well, and the thing
Hey,
is,
let's
Rachel,
go out to
too.
eat. Hey, let's hang out. I'm not going to be the first one to call. I'm waiting for them.
Right.
I'm not a doer.
Right. Well,
I'm trying to be.
I had texted you the other day, and was like, I just wanted to tell you, like, I'm so grateful for you in my life or whatever. And thank you for making me a better person every day. Yeah. But you naturally do that because of your feminine energy, because I learned from you. Yeah. I watch how you do certain things. Whereas sometimes.
Like, I didn't even tell you, when you texted that, I literally looked at Cole and I said, why don't you say this to me?
Stop. Cole's going to hate me.
I said, this is why Savannah and I are friends. I was like, she knows I need verbal affirmation. And then wait, all I texted back to you was, you too.
Yeah. I was like, okay, whatever. Just poured my heart out to Rachel. It's fine. But seriously, like just you being you makes me, I'll pick up traits that Rachel does because she is super nice and, like tries to look at the best in people. And I also,
it's a blessing and a curse.
That's everybody. It's everybody's personality. But you're very similar to my mom. And my mom's like, oh, maybe they're going through something. And maybe, like always just whereas, like trying to find the best. But sometimes
taught me to stand up for myself.
Right.
You've literally taught me not to put up with any shit.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that we have talked about too is like people that do you wrong. We mentioned this in other podcasts. Yeah. People that do you wrong and they keep doing you wrong, or if this person keeps coming to you talking shit about their friend that they hang out on a regular basis, you better believe they're going to talk shit about you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not hanging out with those people. You go hang out with this girl all the time, and you're going to sit here and come talk shit to me about her?
Yes, so those type of people, I don't even give a chance.
But, like, sometimes you realize that they're in your circle without realizing it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, those people aren't changing. People that do you wrong over and over again, they're not changing.
I think recently I've gotten to the point where I can pick up on that relatively fast. Yeah. Friendships, you do me wrong once we're done. I'm talking about like relationships.
Yeah. Dude, relationships are hard.
Relationships is when I give a lot of chances.
It's hard.
Cole's had multiple chances. God bless. And I love him for it because I guess it's different with Cole and I because we grew up together. Mm-hmm. Like we literally started dating at 16. Mm-hmm. So we had to go through a lot of pivotal moments in life. Yeah. So those types of chances, like he gave me a lot of chances too.
Right. Y'all both have given each other chances. But at the end of the day, both of you decided to work through all of that.
Yeah. And we are way better for it. Like we talk about it all the time. Yeah. Is how like shit's just so different.
Well, one of the things they were talking about too in the What We Said podcast was having masculine energy and dating, and like obviously trying to take a step back and let things come to you, like that feminine side, just being. Mm-hmm. But it's also like at the same time, you have to be careful on how much you do take away from your masculine side. Like you have to find that balance, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because if you are too feminine, there's cons to it, like how you're saying. If you are too masculine, there's cons to it, like how I'm saying. But like finding that median is good. And I also just kind of looked at it as like having to change myself in order to find a guy, which, like I said, I'm not looking for a guy. I'm not looking for a relationship. I honestly, one second, I love being single. And it's not because like I'm talking to all these guys or whatever.
Well, you're worried about yourself.
But that's not who I am anyway. Like, but yeah, like I enjoy my time on the couch, drinking wine, watching TV with my dogs, not doing anything, not being around anyone.
Well, not having to worry about anyone.
My me time. Mm-hmm. I love being single. I love doing whatever I want. I love the freedom. Like, but I'm not the type of person who's single and is like, I just want a boyfriend. I hate being single.
Do you understand now why when I was saying like tap into your feminine energy more, it wasn't like, hey, Savannah, become more feminine. Yeah. It was, hey, maybe be a beer and not a doer. Right. Like, if you're looking for a guy that you want to either match your masculine energy or you want them to do the stuff, you got to stop doing the stuff. Like, you got to stop being a guy's mom or take care of them. Yeah. And I'm not saying you can't do that all the time. I'm saying you're going to attract. Opposites attract. Right. You are going to attract the opposite of you. Mm-hmm.
So this is the thing. Like I said before,
Have them come to you.
That was my mindset before we even talked about this topic.
And that's the thing. I think we were both on the same page. The way I was explaining it, though, was very...
If you don't know what masculine energy or feminine energy is, it can be misconstrued.
Very bad. Because it's like, what do you mean? I'm not girly enough? And it's like, no, it's not that you're not girly enough. Like, that's why I kept saying, can you please just listen to the podcast? Because I cannot...
I need you to understand what I'm talking about.
I cannot explain what I'm saying because it's so confusing.
Yeah.
But with that being said, too, like, I want to be more masculine energy. I like going around thinking like my shit don't stink. Like, that is my goal. I don't want to be a little pussy. I'm done.
Yeah.
I was fine with that for a while, but now I'm like, I want to stand up for myself. I want what I want, and all of you can go suck it.
See, that's me. That is what I think, because I will tell you this. The mindset I have had since I couldn't, probably started in high school at I would say sophomore year. Mm-hmm. Maybe a little later, sophomore and junior year. I had the mindset that if I want something, I will get it. Mm-hmm. And everything that I will
succeed at whatever I put my mind to.
I've wanted, every goal that I've reached it.
See, I say that too, though.
But I say it in a very humble way because I'm not like that.
Yeah.
If you talk to me, I have a ton of insecurities. I have a ton of things. So one of the cons in this is I'm such a doer and I'm such a goal-oriented person that I could set a huge goal, which I set goals for this year.
Yeah.
I've already reached the personal and the business goal within a month.
Well, even with that, do you remember when you first started? I had to sit you down and say, Savannah, you were doing way too much.
Yeah.
Like, you get to the point where you're like, I want to set 7 goals, and you will achieve them, but you will neglect yourself in the process.
That was my new thing this year. I set goals by the end of this year, and I've already reached that goal within the first month of the year. Mm-hmm. Did I celebrate anything? No. So I was going through my calendar the other day, and at the end of each month, I've set aside one day where I go to dinner and I celebrate the month.
Can I come?
Yeah. It's either going to be by myself or with friends.
That's me being masculine.
Yeah. So, yeah.
No, I guess me being masculine would be...
I'm coming.
Yeah. Well, I knew you'd say yes.
Oh, yeah. But you would just say, bitch, I'll be there. That's my masculine energy.
That's where I am because, like, I feel bad.
So, like, masculine energy, example. When I go to my friend's house, I don't knock on the door. I walk right in.
I do that for you.
I walk straight into all my friends, though. Every single one.
Yeah.
Unless it's, like, the first time I come over, then I'll knock. But pretty much every single time I go to my friend's house, I don't knock. I walk straight in the door. And I don't care if you think it's rude. That's just me.
Yeah. I usually
Savannah's here.
Knock, or I'll call and be like, hey, I'm here. Oh, my God, I'm such feminine.
It might be rude. Is that rude of me? But I do that. I don't knock on people's doors.
No, I mean, if they know you're coming.
Yeah. Sometimes not.
Okay.
Sometimes I just be walking up in there, but that's me. That's who I am.
You're going to have the garage code to my house, and then Cole's going to be like, God damn it.
Rachel's going to have my spare key to my apartment. What do you mean?
Why does Savannah keep coming over?
But, no, back to, what was I talking about? The masculine energy.
You were saying you're celebrating your goals.
Like, goal-oriented, like, things like that is, I'm very humble. Mm-hmm. So, like, I could reach this goal, but now I'm worried about the thing after
Question, though, is it humble if you tell yourself that, if you say you're humble?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just curious.
Okay, maybe I'm not humble. Whatever. You don't think I'm humble? It's fine.
No, I don't know.
No. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general. Okay.
No, this is curious. This is truly a question. Like, you know how people be like, I'm such a nice person. And it's like.
That's not humble.
Are you a nice person if you're saying you're a nice person?
Look up the definition of humble. Just where we have it. But the thing is my view on humble.
I threw my phone. Can you do it on yours? I'm just trying not to be on my phone.
My view of being humble, of not being humble. Okay, let's just do that because I can say this one easier. All right, so let's say I bought a new Mercedes. I'm posting it all over my freaking story and my feed. And then, I go on a vacation every week. Here's my Louis Vuitton. Here's all the money I made from my investments. Here's this. Here's my shoes. That's not humble. If you're sitting there constantly bragging about yourself, you're not humble. But whenever I said that I'm a goal-oriented person and that whatever I put my mind to, I'll achieve, I feel like I have to say that I'm humble because I'm not trying to brag. I'm
Yeah.
just explaining how my mentality is.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. This says humble is having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance.
Right. So if you're like self-absorbed, you're not humble. If
Like
you if
Andrew
okay,
Tate.
who?
Andrew Tate.
I don't know who it is.
Don't.
So let's say I just met you, okay?
Okay.
Let's say I just met you and I'm like, yeah, so I'm Savannah. I own a business. I have this kind of car. This is my purse I just bought. I invest this much a month. I have this much money in my savings.
I would just say you're stuck up.
That's
and you're
not
full of yourself.
Not humble though.
So this is where I'm different though. I will tell nobody about that. I'll just be like, yeah, I'm a photographer.
Well, you're humble.
Yeah, but I don't like telling people about
Me
my
either.
accomplishments.
Me either. I don't even celebrate my own accomplishments. Why would I be telling you?
Well, you are now.
I know, but you get what I'm saying though? It's
Yeah.
because I realized that I don't. So now I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Now sometimes I do. Like last year, whenever I looked at my revenue for the year, I was like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? I look at my revenue I look at my business revenue every
See, I have people tell me like, okay,
month,
I'll
every
go and
week.
shoot. This happened multiple times. I'll go and shoot events, and people will be like, so, sweetie, what does your husband do? What does your husband do to allow you to do this? And I literally look at them and I say, actually, I make more than my husband. Thank you. And then they say, oh, is your husband not doing well off? And I'm like, excuse me? That's the type that I think that starting my own business is what started my journey of having more masculine energy.
You have to.
Because the amount of people that walked all over me before, like I would go in my car and cry after I had the way some of these people talked to me.
2 weeks ago. Me.
You did?
Phone call. Me and you.
Oh.
Dude. But I also started my period 2 days after, so I was overly
Yeah.
emotional. But yeah, I mean, you have to have a hard front sometimes.
Yeah, and
especially
you
in
know
a-
what?
in a
I used to
business
be
world.
like, I just don't want to be a dick to them. You know what? No, if you're going to be a dick to me,
Right.
bitch, right back
You're
at
not
ya.
respecting me. I'm not respecting you.
And also, I don't need you. The amount of times
Let me take
people
that back.
come up to me and
if
they're
they
like,
don't respect me,
uh-huh.
I'm not going to respect you. I'm just not going to give you what you're looking for.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Well, like the amount of times people have been like, oh, like I just wanted to offer this job to you for this. I'm like, no, I do not need a pity job. I do not need you. I'm good by myself and I'm confident in my work. It took me a long time to get there.
Right.
But I'm like,
Takes time.
you know what? No, I'm not going to work for people who shit on me, who are assholes. If you are mean, I am better than that. And I can do fine without
Well, it's
you.
like your self-awareness and like your mental health is not worth some of these clients.
Yeah.
Straight up. You know, it's like,
Well, that goes the same for dating.
yeah, well, it's like, okay, all in all, whether it's dating, work, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't feel like okay, it goes in two ways. You provide value, they provide value.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? You provide value in my life and I provide value in yours, right?
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of the day, if that value from each other is not met in the middle, it doesn't work.
It needs to be 50-50.
In a business relationship, in a personal relationship, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
you feel like your value that you give someone needs to be even.
Yeah.
Because if I feel like I'm giving more value and you're, one, not appreciating, and two, not giving back or giving that energy back,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to work. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to be drained.
Yeah. And that is not fair for you. That's not good for your mental health. And you will not grow if you are drained. How do you expect to achieve things if you're running on empty? A car can't run if it doesn't have gas in it.
Right.
If something drains my gas, no,
I'm done.
sorry.
Yeah. Bye.
And that's relationship wise too. If you are sitting there and every evening you are draining every inch of me, sorry.
Done.
This is not going to work out
No.
because I care about myself and my health and my well-being. I'm not doing that.
Well, when someone's draining you too, it's taking your function away.
Yeah.
Like you cannot perform at an optimized function. Like
I wonder if we're going to have people that message us after this podcast and be like, yeah, so I listened to your podcast and now I broke up with my boyfriend.
yeah.
Or broke up with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
But truthfully, the people you surround you, if you're sitting there and you're sad, look at your circle.
If you're
Look at
drained,
who
if
you
you're
are
drained,
surrounded by.
literally, like that is so important. And it could be family.
Oh yeah.
It could be your husband. It could be your sister. It could be your
freaking
mom.
dog.
It could be your dad. If you feel like drained and shitty about yourself,
And I'm not
you have
saying,
to look.
this
You don't have
isn't
to
us
cut those
saying-
people off. You don't have to cut those people
And
off.
this isn't saying, you know, that
This is
it's
a
not you.
It's a self-awareness. Like,
Because it could be you.
right. You have to open up that door in your brain and figure
Just
out like
examine what
pros
you're
and cons.
around.
Like, is it me? What about me is wrong? Okay. What am I feeling? Is it this person? What about them?
When I leave this person, do I feel energized or do I feel like I need to take a nap?
Are they filling your cup or are they emptying your cup?
If you need to take a nap, maybe you should not, we're not saying cut them off. Create boundaries.
Yeah. Limit.
Be like, hi, I can only hang out with you for an X amount of time.
Or you don't have to say it straight up. Be like, okay, so like,
no, like in your mind.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, let's say Rachel drained me. Okay. And I know that she's a person that drains me. I would be like, hey, want to go get dinner?
Yes.
I wouldn't invite her over to my apartment.
We're driving separate cars.
But I would meet her for dinner for 1 or 2 hours and then leave.
Yes. To where you're still friends with them, but you know this person drains you.
It's creating a boundary.
It's creating a boundary.
Because at the end of the day, if your head is not clear, you're, like I said, you're not going to function the way that you need to.
No, and you're not going to achieve your optimal goals and
You're not gonna
where
be-
you should be in life.
You're not going to be the best mom you can be to your kid. You're not going to be the best spouse you could be. You know what I'm
Best
saying? You're not
boss.
exactly. Like all of those things start to tear off whenever
And
you're
you know
being
what?
drained.
Then you're going to start being like, I'm drained. I hate myself. Blech.
And
then
all of your
that's when the
self-care goes
negative
out the window.
self-talk happens. That's when literally everything, like
Yeah.
you said, just instantly gone. That's when you start getting in fights with other people because you have a low fuse.
Yeah.
Honestly, that needs to be the theme of this. Creating boundaries.
Yeah.
Figuring out your energy and creating a balance.
Yeah.
Creating balance.
Creating
Creating balance in your life.
Oh.
So truthfully, I think the best thing we can take from this podcast episode is create boundaries, figure out your energy, and if you are more on the feminine side or masculine side, and create a boundary within yourself.
Yeah. Set goals for yourself.
Yeah, you don't need to fully be masculine or fully be feminine, and you don't need to find somebody who's your opposite. Create that boundary with yourself. Create that balance within yourself. If you feel like, hey, after listening to this, hey, I'm more feminine, start doing some stuff to make a little bit more masculine, because you don't need to rely on other people to balance you out. You need to be it on yourself. You are your own best friend. You are dating yourself every day of your life. Figure
Learn to
it
love
out.
it. Yeah. Learn to love you.
Learn to love yourself. Say positive things to yourself. And honestly, live the life the way you want, man.
Yeah. Be a doer and a beer.
I don't know. I'm trying to be more of a
Doer.
I
feel like I said again, I feel like I have been, let's just say this. If you're a masculine energy dominant, I have to consciously be aware of being a beer.
Yes. Okay.
I automatically do.
Yes.
Okay. I now have to be like, oh, I want to do, but should I do? And then it's like, should I put my energy here or should I just let it come to me?
Which that's going to be a process for you, because that's going to be hard to wait.
So wait a second though.
What?
In my business, okay, I'm a doer, but I'm not. Because I've never cold called anybody. I've never sent a cold DM.
You wait for
I've never walked into a business and asked. I've never been a salesman, in quotes.
But you're confident enough in yourself to have conversations with people.
Yeah. Like if someone reaches out and, you know, requests an estimate or requests of Zoom or whatever it is, I'm fine.
Because you're confident in
It's
yourself.
fine.
With
but
that.
I don't go out. Now, if I didn't have people coming in the way I do, then obviously I
and
would.
this isn't saying you would never do that. You
Right.
can go out. And
But
do
I
that.
am a doer and a beer. So I do have a balance in between the two. But it's like I feel like in a lot of
feel
my
like
past
you're-
relationships,
Yeah.
I've had to step up.
Well, that's what I was saying. I feel
It's
like in
like
your
I'll
business
wait.
sense, you're 50-50. You're balanced. I think in your relationship sense.
But this is what I was about to say. In my relationships, I do wait.
Yeah.
But then I get pissed off because nothing's being done.
Yes.
So I do give it a chance.
Because.
But then I'm like, fuck it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Because me bitching at you over and over and over again is obviously getting nowhere, so I'll do it.
I do that too. I think it's more of a personal thing.
Yeah. But I'm not
necessarily
saying that I'm not masculine
relationship-wise.
dominant.
Yeah.
I definitely have more masculine energy than feminine, and I absolutely have to like tune in before I make a decision to be like, is this where my energy needs to go and I need to do, or can I step back and let it happen?
Yes.
You know? So it's like having, dude, the amount of conversations I have in my brain throughout the day is insane. I feel like a squirrel on a hamster wheel, literally running, literally like all the time.
Yeah.
But it's also that I drink coffee and don't eat until 2:00. So that could be that reason too. But it's like, you know, it's finding that balance.
Whereas for me, it's I sit there for so long and I'm like, man, I really want to go out to eat, but I'll never ask anyone. Or I'll be like, man, I really want to go on a trip, won't do anything about it. I'm like, maybe this person will ask me to go on a trip with them.
So would you say that feminine energy is more of a dreamer?
No, because I am not a dreamer.
But you're dreaming. I want to go on this trip, but I'm not going to do it.
No, I'm being lazy. I'm so afraid of somebody telling me no that I don't go for it. So something I have to tell myself
fear of rejection too.
Yeah, no, that's literally it. It's fear of rejection. Something I have to tell myself too is like, okay, it doesn't matter. Like if they say no, that's not on me.
Right.
Like I need to be more confident in myself.
See, my brain is if they say no, fuck it, I'll go by myself.
And that's where I've been trying to get to.
Yeah. I'm
like okay, I'm going to Florida.
You don't like me? You're lost, bitch.
Yeah. I'm going to Florida for a bit.
Bitch made boy.
I'm going to Florida for a bit. And I was like waiting for somebody to come with me. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back because you're going out of town.
You're going when I'm going out of town?
Yeah. I know, because I was like, maybe Savannah will come with me. And now I'm like, you know what? No, I don't need Savannah. Not that, you know. But I can go by myself.
Yeah, you can.
Like, I'm comfortable with the place. I'm comfortable with the location. I can go.
Can we go again, though? Because I want to go.
Yeah. Once my busy season's done, I'll be going, like, every month.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to take a bit. Oof. But I really do think, like, honestly, just those 4-hour car rides, I sit there with my own thoughts. And I've been definitely channeling some, like, bad bitch energy that, like, I really needed to.
So I took my first trip by myself
North Carolina,
freshman year of college. Yes. No, not North Carolina. Freshman year of college. I was 18 or 19.
See, you're way more confident in doing stuff by yourself with that. I'm scared to go on trips with my husband by ourselves without another couple.
So it was to my grandma's house in Florida.
Yeah, but still big.
Right. And then like during the day I would go to the beach by myself. You know what I'm saying? So like I drove up there by myself. It was a 4.5 hour drive. No, I think it was further than that. I don't know. But anyway, that was my first trip that I did by myself.
The biggest thing I did by myself was last year, right after my sister died. I went to the pool while my whole family was inside the house, a beach house. And I sat there and read a book. Yeah. That's so sad.
Yeah. I mean, now I take a vacation by myself every year because
that was huge for me.
When I take those vacations by myself, I really can tune in to what's going on. So that's also why I go to therapy once a week. But whenever I do take those vacations, it's taking me out of my everyday environment. So, like being in my apartment just automatically registers like I need to work or I need to clean to where when I get in the car and I'm going somewhere else, it's like I don't need to do those things. Now, sometimes I will be working when I'm on summer vacations, but it allows me to like really dive deep into what's going on.
Well, I think the other big thing to do is like if you're taking yourself onto dates and if you're doing stuff solo, don't be on your phone.
Yeah.
Because
anytime I'm on vacation, it legit like
that defeats the purpose because
totally
you're
disconnect.
not alone. You were straight up avoiding your mind and your thoughts. So honestly,
it's like I come back home from a vacation and I'm like, why was I so concerned about what these people were doing?
Yeah.
Like when you see someone's stories at the top, you subconsciously click someone that you're actually interested in seeing, you know? Yeah. But then like when you're on vacation, you look at your phone, you're like, why am I on my phone? Yeah. You know? Obviously mine's work, but
like, I know, same.
Like
that's where
boundary.
It gets hard. But yeah, boundaries with that too.
Boundaries and balance.
There's actually a book I want to read and it's called How to Break Up with Your Phone. So I think whenever I go to Florida in a few weeks, I'm going to audiobook it.
Nice.
And I'm going to figure out how to break up with my phone.
Yeah.
It's going to be a rough breakup. so I'll need you on hold.
I'll be snowboarding.
To talk me through it.
We'll see. All right, so I'm kind of wanting some sushi.
Yes.
Want to go get some sushi?
Sush and sush.
Sush and sush.
Salmon.
Let's go.
What, you don't like
Tuna.
salmon?
That was just random.
Wait, there's this anime that Cole and I watch, and the guy, he anytime he says words, it like happens.
Oh, salmon. Boom.
No. So he can only speak in food because it won't cause you to like die. He'll say like boom, and somebody blows up.
Oh, like jump off a bridge.
Yeah, and then they die.
They jump off a bridge.
Yeah, he has like word power. Anyway, sounds really weird, but the only way he can speak and stuff.
Anime.
The only way he can speak and stuff is if he goes salmon.
Does that live rent free in your head?
Yes, all the time. And his mouth is covered with a mask, so anytime I would see people with mask on, I would be like, he's got the power of words.
Power words.
So yeah, let's
weirder.
Oh God.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, let's go get some sushi.
All right, so
Thanks for tuning in. We are the Ethereal Girls.
All right, we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.